Fear can hinder your progress. Fear can neutralize your effectiveness. When you feel like you don't have control of your situation, or you may feel intimidated, this can result in being fearful. This can be a serious roadblock to God's plan for your future. Let's take a moment. Hello, everyone. Today's passage will encourage you on dealing with fear. We will look at a passage that Paul wrote to young Timothy, who was leading the Christians in spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, to encourage him during the time that they were being persecuted. So let's look at 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but one of power, love, and sound judgment. Some translations may say at the end, sound mind, self-discipline, or self-control. So first, let's take some slow, deep breaths to clear our minds. Release any thoughts that may take your attention away from God. You can even open your hands and visualize letting go of those thoughts. Now, take a deep breath in through your nose, holding for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Now release the air through your lips, releasing those thoughts. Again, deep breath in through your nose, holding for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Now release the air, releasing any distractions and thoughts. Now think about any fears that may be hindering you from making crucial decisions, from moving forward, or even being effective in your purpose. God is here right now to listen to your concerns and fears. He is not here to judge you, but to embrace your transparency and your honesty. Take this time just to tell him about any fears that may be holding you back from accepting his love and power. Now, in your own way, give him praise and thanks for his encouragements through his word that helps you to choose to embrace his love and power to overcome your fears. Now, as you read this passage again, what is it that does not come from God's Spirit? Now, what comes from God's Spirit? As mentioned before, Timothy's spiritual father, Paul, was encouraging Timothy to be bold as he was experiencing great opposition in spreading the message of the gospel and as a leader. Timothy was young, and Paul was encouraging him to use his God-given gift with courage and not fear. Paul reminded Timothy to focus on the Spirit who gives him power, love, and sound judgment. When you allow people to intimidate you, you neutralize the effectiveness for God. Fear does not come from the Spirit of God. The power of the Holy Spirit can help you to overcome your fear of what people may say or do to you. As a Christian, to be effective in overcoming fear, you will need the Holy Spirit to work in love, power, and giving you a sound mind, that is wisdom or sound judgment. As a follower of Christ, we are to share the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. There will be times of opposition, but you can choose to yield to the Spirit of God, and He will give you courage. Instead of focusing on the fear of threats of being intimidated or even uncertainty, focus your thoughts on what is true about God and what is true about His love, His care, and His ability to provide your every need. Think about this verse when fear or timidity knocks on the door of your heart and mind. I love this verse. Reciting this verse in my mind helps me when I need courage in sharing Jesus or even approaching something that makes me feel intimidated or fearful. Remember, the Holy Spirit lives in us. Follow His leading every day, who gives us power, love, and sound judgment. And this refocuses us to have courage and boldness for the sake of Christ. But you can only have access to the Holy Spirit by being in a relationship with God through Jesus Christ. It takes faith in God to engage in dissolving your fear. To know more about this, please click on the link in the description below, How to Be in the Ultimate Relationship, or check out the video, Closing the Gap Between God and Mankind. My prayer is that we never allow fear to hinder us from the God-intended purposes of being here on this earth. We can rely on God to give us courage. Until we meet again, take a moment with me to hear from God through His Word.